Welcome to race number 15 here in the MRNCS, the Brickyard 150 here at Indianapolis. The command has been given, and now here's your starting lineup, and no surprise to see two Hendrick Chevrolets on the front row. In first, Jimmie Johnson, and in second, Dale Earnhardt Jr. with lap times of over 195 miles per hour. Some no really interesting things to note here. Pretty much a very generic qualifying lineup. The only thing that we do have to say is that Trevor Bayne has an atrocious starting position as compared to most of his qualifying runs, which have been in the top 10 all year long. He qualifies 28th today. And Kyle Larson is unusually far back as he is qualified 33rd. Yeah, not very good for Larson. Seems like both of the Kasey cars have struggled with qualifying all year long, as I haven't really seen Jamie McMurray get a top 20 qualifying position that often. And Kyle Larson, he's just been inconsistent. He's been as good as winning a race and been as bad as finishing in last place. So he's been as inconsistent as you can possibly be. Sigh. Anyways, the field's coming around turn 4 now, and like, these 2.5 mile tracks, they just have enormously long pace laps. They take forever to get around the track, and you're just thinking, come on already! No, don't worry, be patient, they're coming. Alright, they come up off of turn 4, pace car goes down into pit road. They're coming towards the start and finish line. Green flag will wave any minute now. And there it is, the green flag is out, and we are underway here from the Brickyard. Jimmie Johnson gets a really good run, and they're going 3 wide for the 4th position right behind him as Kevin Harvick really got squeezed in between his two teammates, Tony Stewart and Kurt Busch. Meanwhile, Jimmie Johnson looking for his 4th win of the season. Absolutely insane, especially with how good he's been as of late. I think this will be... See, his last win would have been at Pocono. So this is looking for 2 out of 3 for Jimmie Johnson. So, and he's pulled out to a rather whopper of a lead, rather. And the lead is at about a half a second right now. Not a big surprise to see Jimmie Johnson get right out in front. Denny Hamlin is in second, strong with his Toyota. And then we have a couple of Hendrick-related Chevrolets back there with Kevin Harvick and Tony Stewart in 3rd and 4th. Then we have Brian Newman. He just took 5th away from the quickly fading Dale Earnhardt Jr. And now teammates will battle for position. This is between Kevin Harvick and Tony Stewart now. Stewart down onto the inside. Looks like he lost a ton of momentum down on the bottom of the corner there. And Harvick will keep 4th. In fact, it looks like Stewart's about to get passed for 5th. Meanwhile, Johnson continues to have a strong hold on the lead over Denny Hamlin. Really hasn't increased or decreased. Looking through the field, Jeff Gordon is currently 14th. Matt Kenseth is currently 11th. And boy, we see a really big pile from, I would say, 7th on back. And starts with the rookie of Devon Williams back there with the 92. And you also have the 5 of Kasey Kahne, which is interesting. Meanwhile, Jimmie Johnson, he just gets right up off the corner, continues to lead this race, and I think he's pulled out to an even bigger lead now. The lead is now 0.6 of a second. Meanwhile, Harvick is chasing down Denny Hamlin. And now Dale Earnhardt Jr. trying to find a way around Tony Stewart. That is for 4th, I want to say. Yep, it's for the 4th position. He didn't get Stewart coming up off that corner. That high lane may be the preferred line today. You might not want to be all the way down on the curbs today here at Indy. You might want to be in the groove above it, because it looks like Stewart's getting really good runs here off the corner. Pulls right down to Dale Earnhardt Jr. Really slows up there on the bottom line. Meanwhile, Johnson continues to lead, but Hamlin started to reel him in a little bit. And this is a perfect time to start some highlights. On lap 11, Carl Edwards, you want to talk about a where did he come from story. He breaks his way into the top 5 here by passing Ryan Newman in corner number 3. More like he let him go. Jeff Gordon right behind him. That would be for 6th. Here, Kevin Harvick will pass Denny Hamlin. That is for the 2nd position, as he really wants to try to start reeling in Jimmie Johnson. Tony Stewart will pass Hamlin for 3rd there. Here, Hamlin continues to fall back and now falls outside of the top 5 as Gordon takes the position away from Hamlin. And once again, Stewart and Harvick battling for position. This is for 2nd. Harvick will take it right back from his teammates. Meanwhile, on lap 18, Carl Edwards will get to the inside of Kevin Harvick. He'll take 2nd and pretty much stay there. Lap 19, Jeff Gordon moves into the podium position by just running right around Kevin Harvick. And then on lap 20, we're waiting for all race long. Carl Edwards makes the first lead change of the race, although Jimmie Johnson has already secured most laps led. He'll be getting 10 bonus points for the race. The pole, most laps led, that's 10. Meanwhile, the very next lap, Gordon gets assist from Harvick, and Gordon would take the lead directly away from Carl Edwards, so his lead was very short-lived. Meanwhile, I guess I'll just set us up for the end of this event. Jeff Gordon right now just leading over a little bit over Carl Edwards, and that's the battle for the lead. And that's about it. We'll get a flyby here. You see 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th battling. But that's really about it. Everyone else is really spread out around this 2.5 mile oval, or whatever you want to call it. I want to call it a rounded rectangle, but nobody likes that terminology. Meanwhile, Carl Edwards trying to run down Jeff Gordon. Not a lot of time left. They're going to cross the line. It'll be 5 laps to go. And we'll see if Edwards can run him down. The lead is about a half second. And if there's going to be somebody that'll likely get in the way, it'll be lap traffic. And that'll certainly help Edwards catch the 24. We'll see if Edwards gets held up too. He does slightly, but I don't think by an appreciable amount. Looks like Edwards is starting to get in with Gordon. The next lapped car is a half a lap away. No way they're going to catch him by the end of this race. So only the 83 of Ryan Truex is going to really be involved here. 4 laps to go now. Yeah, 4 laps to go now that we're at the line. The lead is at about 430 milliseconds. And I know that doesn't sound like a ton. It's less than a half a second, but the lead equates to about 5 or 6 car lengths with our average speed of over 192 miles an hour. And we're getting to a point in the race where if a caution flag ends up flying for the first time in the race, that we're probably going to end up underneath caution. So you really got to start pressing in these final couple of laps, because you never know when that phantom caution might come out. You never know what could happen. Anyways, 3 laps to go now, and it looks like Carl Edwards really reeled in Jeff Gordon there. Leads now down to 260 milliseconds, maybe 3 or 4 car lengths. Let's see if Edwards can continue to reel in Jeff Gordon. This has been the thing. He's oscillated between about a quarter of a second and a half a second ever since Gordon passed him on lap 21. So we really can't say much, but ugh. That is just... Edwards may have something coming here, though. I think he's starting to run out of time. He's down to 2 laps to go. He's really got to start reeling them in now. I think it's just too little too late. And the lead actually increased there to 280 milliseconds. And boy, Gordon is really firing on all cylinders. I think he probably wants to get the lead back out to a half second. If he gets that lead back out to a half second, I say that there's probably no way that Edwards comes back and wins this. This will be Gordon's 2nd win in the row, and it'll be the first time in the MRN-CS history that we've ever had a repeat winner in weeks. Yeah, ever. There's never been a repeat winner in the MRN-CS. Jeff Gordon will be the first person to achieve that, which is quite crazy. Anyways, we come to the line. 1 lap to go. The lead's about 1/3 of a second. I don't know if Edwards gets really good runs here through 1 and 2, maybe, and it doesn't look like he is. So I don't think Edwards is going to catch him. Oh boy, the lead's pretty appreciable right now. Oh, Edwards is closing in pretty fast here. That lead is down to 3 or 4 car lengths. And oh wow, Edwards is coming in fast here. He's putting in one final effort. Lead is now down to 2. And looks like he's closing in another car length here through turn 4. However, it will not be enough. Too little, too late. Jeff Gordon will win the Brickyard 150 and be the first repeat winner in MRN-CS history. It will certainly boost his point standings. Anyways, as you see an extra flyby, point standings will be in the description as always. I hope you have enjoyed this broadcast of the MRN-CS.